My Hero Academia, chapter 241. What is the name of this chapter? Answer the interviews. Anybody want to take this review? Because to be honest, I read it, but I definitely didn't read all those words in the beginning. So I captured the end, but I was like not paying that much attention to the interviews part. So if y'all was paying more attention and got some stuff to share, feel free. I don't got much to say on this one.
Just joined in.
You said what?
Looks like Deuce just joined in.
Oh, yeah. I mean, as far let me pull up the thing just to be sure, because yeah, it was some words and I read them and like don't get me wrong, you didn't miss shit.
Yeah.
Basically, all that happened was they was like, oh, Todoroki cute as hell, Bakugo's still a dick.
Yep.
And everybody else got skipped over, and Midoriya has stage fright. So,
oh really? Did he mention the stuff about his dad in the interviews too, or was that after the interviews were done?
No, it was when he was showing off his powers.
Okay.
One of his powers that he was showing off, he was like, yeah, he got it from his dad, but it's nowhere near as good as his father's.
Yeah, that is a key thing to me, but I'll wait. I'll let everybody else talk before I bring that up.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I feel like this nigga was like, oh man, I buffed these little ass niggas too hard. Let me roll this shit back. And this is the rollback. This is the nerf that everybody figured had to have coming. Todoroki was like, hey, this heat is just as strong as my dad's, and niggas was like, damn, so Todoroki can smell niggas. And they rolled that bitch back. It was all Deku got another quirk. Oh, that nigga buff as fuck. No, rolled that shit back too. And you see how many locks and chains on this nigga like inner brain, bro?
Yep.
Bro, he ain't never getting in there.
He got slavery chains in his shit.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
However, I do think it's cool that there's that notebook with all the generations of successors quirks. So he may not get the powers, but you know how Deku, little nerd ass, he probably all about the powers. So.
The thing that got me hyped though is the internships thing, because I was like, this definitely is needed. I was suggesting that the last time, to be honest, with everything that's going on with with Tomura.
Right.
Clearly, I think there's going to be some tie-in that happens now.
Yeah. Restarting the internships, I feel like they can go a couple ways with it. First off, is that it's pretty much the theory that we were talking about, like them, redoing the internships or teaming up with some other heroes, and then here and there they're gonna be kind of like splotching fights from like the squads Tomura and his squad made versus the different hero combos that we're gonna see with Class A. They could do that. Or they could do that with a combo of, I want to bring this back again simply because Clarify got it in my head, is that they can bring in the time skips low key. They could be like, we'll be restarting the internships, then as they start time skip to maybe even like just a few months, and then the stuff starts getting real. People get the power-ups, the squads actually start making a name for themselves, et cetera, et cetera. So they could actually, I feel like this can go a long way, long story short.
I kind of agree with that. But I still think it's going to be dependent on how much they let Hawks talk to everybody before they start this. So I think he has to I don't know how many people they're going to let him inform necessarily. I feel like he's going to tell his boss, and his boss is going to keep that secret basically. So I would say whoever interns with him, and then to be honest, if I was to be Hawks and pick my team, I'm getting Froppy. I'd probably get Tokoyami again. Yeah, and just do some infiltration type of stuff. But we'll see. Because I don't think everyone is going to get a taste of what Tomura is doing. But because Deku's the main character, he might have to fall into it. But I honestly would like it better if maybe a side character got to explore that a little bit. But we'll see.
I really hope Okay, so two things. One, this school year long as fuck because it's only late December, and I think Japanese school ends in March. So like, damn, they still got 3 more months. And then the other thing is I don't know if maybe this is just me, but like so. Todoroki named his ice move like Heaven Piercing Ice Wall, and then I know that his dad's quirk is like Hellfire. So I'm wondering if like his theme is gonna be like Heaven and Hell. You know what I mean? Like I think that'd be kind of cool because right now his theme is kind of nothing. So
Hey, you don't even got a superhero costume, do you?
yeah, that nigga just walk around in a blue tee. So
I feel like that's gonna be his
That man
power.
basically works in the IT field. He comes in wearing whatever the hell he feels like.
mm-hmm.
Talking about, yeah, let's do work.
I mean, does he need to try?
No, that's why the man has no physical gains at all. Can't run fast, can't box. Who that? Talking about Todoroki.
I
He's
guess.
Gara.
Oh yeah. The other part I would ask though, now that these people have been nerfed, is does it change anybody's opinion on earlier statements about the top 3 versus like pro heroes? Because I feel like we were making a lot of big statements on these 3 being able to take down a lot of like Endeavor's group or like those top 10 type of people.
Mm-hmm.
Now that we hear Tokudori saying like, yo, my fire isn't even on the level of my dad's. And I don't know if Deku's thing is still really that much of a nerf. But yeah, do we feel like anything's changed on that?
Yeah, 100%. I think Todoroki was our hugest scale factor, and with that being said, so one, it changes a lot of like the pre-established how quirks work. Because based on my understanding, they were kind of like, hey, bro, your quirk is your quirk. You can gain a better understanding of how it works, but it's not going to be more powerful. Like if you were born with a powerful quirk, then you powerful. That's it. So that had me thinking when he was like, hey, you know, this is like Endeavor level heat. Is like, okay, that makes sense to the world. Like this nigga was born with a strong quirk. But now that he basically like, hey, my heat nowhere near my dad's, but we know from his dad he has the exact same quirk, that means that you can just like make your quirk stronger. And I feel like we've been seeing that same shit with like all these other niggas basically making their quirk stronger, which adds a level of shonen to this show, because now we know like it don't matter. Like right now Bakugo may not be able to blow nuke some shit, but when he grown, clearly he gonna be able to like drop a nuke on the nigga, you know. So like this shit could get real Dragon Ball Z real quick.
I got a quick question. So it's in regards to this internship ship. So where do you guys see Class UA as compared to the main niggas in the villain alliance?
What do you mean?
Tomura and all of his Tomura and all of his homies. What do you see
What do you
them
mean,
in
like
terms
power
of
wise?
if they were to have an all-out brawl? Who would come out on top?
I mean, as it stands right now,
Tomura's
I
group?
feel like Tomura could fucking solo the whole Class 1A.
True.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yes, some
especially if
Nomus?
when this
It's a
nigga
rap.
said he could pull out Endeavor Fire, I was like, all right, they can box that nigga because that scales everybody up with him. But now he like, bro, I'm nowhere near Endeavor, and we saw Endeavor get worked by a nigga that I'm pretty confident Tomura could ash in 2 seconds. Like, hey, I don't know. My man
You
took
talking about
out
that Nomu?
Yeah.
Mm,
All he gotta do
That's
is
just
touch
because
that
his
nigga.
power's a hard counter, though. Can we really like say that?
My man
You know what I
took
mean?
out a whole city, bro.
But
The
would
only
you
other
say
nigga
that?
we know can do that is All Might.
Okay,
but the
let me put
thing
it this
is, you
way.
have to
Would
be
you say
touching the
that
ground
Tomura is
in order
beating
for
Endeavor right?
that to affect you.
But I mean, think of how many of like the UA's Class 1A would be touching the ground though. Like
Everybody.
You know, for example, Bakugo can fly if he wanted to.
no. Okay,
Deku
like
can.
right now, okay, no. Like from the attack that P5 was just talking about, I'm talking about that attack wiping out at least half the class from the jump. Like period. Maybe not like, like maybe Deku, Todoroki, Bakugo, like them three obviously gonna survive that first wave probably. But everybody else though? I mean, like let's not remember. I mean, let's not forget that the decay doesn't just work on the ground, but like a quirk too. Like it decays quirks. It decays. Period. So you get touched by that from the jump, like it's already a wrap.
So you guys are expecting everybody to have some kind of power up as a result of this internship that would give them some kind of go.
No.
Well, Payer, I had a question. With the Tomura thing, were you saying Tomura now versus Nomu? Or Tomura then versus Nomu?
Tomura now. I'm talking about. I have zero respect for previous Tomura, so I'm gonna just let this out right now.
Okay.
Anytime I'm hyping this nigga, bigging this nigga head up, period, it ain't got nothing to do with that old nigga. I'm white hair Tomura. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
White hair, fucking Ultra Instinct Tomura is dropping niggas. Like, where that nigga took out a whole city in
Endeavor right now.
Endeavor? No,
Yeah.
because Endeavor can fly and incinerate a building.
Okay.
Here's where my confusion comes from. If Endeavor couldn't completely obliterate it with his fire, then how can we be fully sure that Tomura's DK would work on that thing?
Because that shit keeps going.
It's a hard counter.
That shit keep going. It don't stop.
Right. Well, you're talking about the DK keeps going?
Yeah, it keep going. Like,
right. Like his decay is like the effing Amaterasu from Itachi. Like that Black Flames. Like that's pretty much it.
I wouldn't even see it like that.
I mean, but the thing is, if that was the case, then wouldn't it just automatically destroy the whole planet if it just keeps going? That's why it doesn't really make sense to me.
Yeah, I don't see it like it's like Amaterasu or anything like that. I just see it as like it's a decaying power. So like I don't see the regenerative abilities of the Nomu working against that like it did against
Well,
Endeavor.
I mean, like think about what's his face? What after Redestro? Homie had to cut off his legs because he was about to get decayed fully, right? So it's like, what's really the difference?
But then after he got
but the thing is, if Redestro would have went against Endeavor, wouldn't Endeavor be able to completely obliterate him when he used his most powerful move on him?
Yeah.
True. I mean, I kind of agree with that.
He wouldn't have.
But why?
Because he a hero. Like, that nigga wasn't even trying to kill the Nomu at first. He didn't try and kill the Nomu until he was like, oh, damn, bro, this nigga a problem. Like, Endeavor an asshole, but he's still a hero. He not murking niggas. That nigga used, like, half his tank just to save people. Tomura don't give a fuck. I'll kill my own niggas in this bitch. That nigga took out a city to kill one nigga and ain't give a fuck about who made it. But I don't think Tomura could beat Endeavor, because I think in this world experience matters a lot, and Endeavor is the most experienced hero.
Okay, I was confused earlier. I thought you were basically trying to state facts to make it seem like Tomura could beat Endeavor.
No. If Endeavor was another nigga, maybe. But that nigga can fly and he can whoop niggas and he been in the game for a grip. Like, he for real the number one hero. So, like, I don't think Tomura could beat that nigga. But Tomura and a couple of Nomu's gonna drop him.
Anyways, but to your original question, I do not think the students could take on Tomura's game, just because their power-ups have the one, they're not afraid to like hold back and killing the enemy, and then also like their power-ups have pretty much made them broken, like low tier pro hero level, I would say. So I think it would be pretty hard, like, for them to beat them. And are we also including the fact that they have like the army with them now too, or are you just talking about like twice, like each person versus like the best of UA?
Yeah, just each person.
Yeah, each person. I don't see it. I think right now they have a leg up, and plus, if you think even back to like the first time when Tomura showed up, students didn't have a shot. That was just like regular Tomura, and the students couldn't really beat him. So now he has more powers. Like, nah, I don't think so.
What students couldn't beat that nigga?
Think about it. When he ran up, he was taking on a Eraserhead.
He was
You talking about when he
what?
got into the school?
That
Mhm.
nigga wasn't taking on Eraserhead. That nigga Nomu was keeping Eraserhead busy.
I mean, and Nobu helped, but he did almost take out Eraserhead's arm.
My
That
man,
was one.
that's on some
Duh.
like I don't know your nin type shit though.
I guess so. Yeah, I feel you.
So
But
do you think that if them niggas box for real 1v1,
no, I don't.
Eraserhead
I
take
don't think that Eraserhead would lose. No, if it was just him by himself. But now I'm saying like against the students in that arc though, it didn't seem like they could have taken them on by himself. Like either one of them could 1v1 one of them. Yes, they've grown, they've got more experience, but now he has too. So now it's kind of not.
You saying that Todoroki wouldn't have been able to beat that nigga? Remember, he
It's a little
couldn't
bit.
DK
Well, he
powers.
was his fire back then. He only had ice back then, so maybe he could have skirted around that. That would be the only person I see that had a chance of beating him back then. Everyone else, no. His Deku's was all like, all of his powers was just like, I just have to set this up so I can use this one move. But if that move doesn't work back then, Deku would have lost. Bakugo maybe, Togudori maybe, but nobody else. Those are the only two I could see beating him back then.
Yeah, and this was before they all got a power up.
I get that they got a power up now, but like he also got a power up now. Like I said,
Right.
they made them like low tier pro hero level, and now they just nerfed them. They just went through a whole chapter of nerfing them when we thought they was low tier pro hero level.
Hmm.
So I think that Tomura's group has the edge right now. Do I think it's gonna last for long? No, but I think they at the edge.
You said you think the students got nerfed?
Yeah.
Hmm.
So you don't
for
think
sure.
Todoroki got nerfed just now in this chapter?
No.
And Deku.
He just said his fire was weaker than his dad's, like significantly.
That's Endeavor, yeah.
So
But remember,
I guess you just never put them on that level. People was bigging them up like that.
I mean, I never thought they could beat Endeavor. Like, that's Endeavor. He's
I
the strongest.
didn't think he
Has
could
some
beat him.
arguments.
But in the words said like, hey, because the pro heroes was like, hey, this nigga putting out Endeavor level heat. You know what I'm saying? When he was about to melt that nigga steel, real steel, that nigga, they was like, hey, bro, he putting out Endeavor level heat. Like, we should go stop this shit. This is dangerous. But then, like, shit, I guess he not Endeavor level apparently.
And you also got to think back to Lumillion. People was definitely bigging up Lumillion as like the best of all the heroes.
No, Lumillion is definitely like pro hero level. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. Well, if you say that, then I don't see how you can't say that about the other ones.
Because Lumillion dropped an entire class in 10 seconds. What do you mean?
Okay. So then next year they should all be like better than Endeavor.
No.
That's the logic.
How is that the logic? Why can't they be pro hero level but still be weaker than the strongest hero of all heroes? Like, I don't get it. Why?
So
like,
you
you're
think?
saying,
Do you think Lumillion is weaker than Endeavor?
I don't know.
Oh well, then
Here's the thing.
That's what I'm saying.
Rock Drop is a pro hero, ain't he?
Yeah, that's the point. They're like,
So these niggas are stronger than Rock Drop, so they're pro hero level. But that doesn't mean that they're top tier pro hero level.
That's what I said. Low tier. That's why I said Tomura and them got to. They're low tier pro hero level right now.
You say Tomura is low tier pro hero?
Maybe mid tier. I don't know.
Tomura is low tier pro hero level.
Yeah.
Oh.
So what do you think he is?
He's definitely like higher tier.
So like the highest tier? So like Endeavor's taking him on 1v1 and winning or losing?
Bro, like, why are you going to that extreme?
That's
I don't
the
know.
highest tier.
Why are you going to that extreme?
That's high tier.
If that don't mean Endeavor has to lose to them though. Endeavor can still be stronger than them, and they can still be at like one of the top or higher end of the heroes. I don't like. It's not one or the other.
I think like what I'm saying is Endeavor is like, I can't trust the other top 10 because they haven't been proven to be top 10 based off strength. Endeavor is the only hero I know that's been stated to be there because of strength. So If you give me another one that's like up on his level to compare them to, that's fine. But Endeavor's who I know is like high tier on strength. If I go against the other top 10, like, yeah, they're gonna beat Laundry Hero Watch, but does that mean that they're top tier pro hero? No.
So then
They said
you're
it's
not
a
talking about
popularity.
strength at all. Then what are you talking about then? I assume we're under the idea of that you're talking about purely strength. Is that not
I
what
am
we're
talking
talking
about
about?
strength. That is what I'm talking about. That's why I'm
Yeah.
using Endeavor instead of the other people in the top 10. Because the other people in the top 10 are not necessarily shown to be there because of strength. It's popularity. But Endeavor was like stated, like he's the second closest to all for one. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. I'm saying
So it's the
why are you
highest.
just talking about people being stronger than Endeavor? Nobody ever said that
What I'm telling you is
Tomorrow
that
can beat Endeavor.
what I'm telling you is
If
that
I just said
tier,
that
mid tier, and
Endeavor
low
would beat
tier.
Tomorrow.
I'm all right. What I'm saying is we have high tier, mid tier, and low tier heroes. I've only seen one person in the high tier right now, and that's Endeavor. That is why I compared him to Endeavor. Show me another hero in there, and then that's fine. We can use that hero. There's only two in there. All for one in Endeavor. Who else?
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. So how are you saying Tomura's in a high tier? You can't give me any other characters besides
I didn't
Endeavor.
say high
It can't
tier. I
be.
say high. So look at it like this: if Tomorrow is stronger than 90% of heroes, is that not high tier? Just
Yeah,
because it's not?
I said yeah. I agree.
Yeah, but so you're still talking about you're comparing
But
Endeavor and
what's your
and All Might. Those are like literally extremes. All Might is
no?
super extreme, and from my
But
understanding,
what I'm telling
Endeavor
you
is
is that.
also an extreme.
But what I'm telling you is that we don't have anything in the middle. Where's the
Okay.
middle characters? We don't know the low. We don't know the middle. We only know the high and the low.
I think we got a solid idea for like middle tier would be like them the Pussycat Dolls.
Mm-hmm.
Like them niggas was in the top 100. They had respect on their name. They got a following. Clearly they can box with some grown ass niggas, but they not strong enough to beat even the League of Villains when they was at their lamest. You know what I'm saying? So they, what the fuck?
So they're high mid tier or higher tier. I don't
I
know.
wouldn't call them high tier. I call them mid tier.
So there you
Because I
go.
feel like it's like an exponential ass graph. So like a lot of the lower numbers are trash as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we could call that. Or I don't feel like dealing with math, but fuck it. Yeah. Yeah. So I think a lot of the lower tier niggas are just trash as fuck. So it's like a huge group of trash, a decent mid tier, and then like a few excellent people.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. So I'm cool with Tomura being mid tier.
I think he's high mid
just-
tier.
That's fine too. I'm just
I'm gonna
saying,
be real.
as from what I've seen from high tier, he's not there because we only seen two at the highest tier. He's not all for one level. All
My
for one
man-
is the highest tier villain.
So wait, you
No,
don't?
nobody's
do you
all for one
consider?
level. What do you?
Do you consider? Because I consider all for one God tier. Like he's beyond
Okay.
God tier, right? So like, because them niggas, him and All Might do shit that niggas can't compare to.
Yeah.
So like, I would consider high tier somebody like fucking Best Genius or Hawks or Endeavor. Like them niggas are the highest caliber heroes you gonna find on average, and the only niggas reaching God tier gonna be Deku. Like,
Yeah.
so like,
can
I would
agree with
definitely consider Tomura high tier. Like I think he would beat all them niggas except for
Are you saying
Endeavor.
Tomura in the squad or Tomura by himself?
Solo Dolo, Tomura.
Would take out all Best
He-
All
Genius
of
and
Class A.
Hawks?
Not at the same time, but 1v1, he will rock Best Genius, yes. I think he
I'm not
the
gonna.
only
I
reason
can't.
he's losing to Endeavor is because I think that's a matchup that's just poor for him. But yeah, I don't. Well, I don't see what the fuck will Hawks do to this nigga. I don't see it.
I guess I gotta
Well,
pay more
Hawks
attention
ain't a
to
fighter,
his.
so I wouldn't consider him top tier anyway.
My man's number 2, so you gotta get busy. How you get busy, bro? You out there? You can't be talking about you number 2, and the nigga come blowing up a city, and you like, oh no, that ain't for me. No, you number 2.
I mean, we'll see.
He's a support hero, man.
All right. All I gotta say is like I feel like niggas really not putting respect on. He took out a whole city. Name a nigga that can do that who not All Might, bro. Like what? This nigga put some respect on his name.
I'm not putting disrespect on his name. I'm just trying to understand. Like when we talk 1v1, there's a little bit more that goes into it than just you can destroy a city. That's all I'm saying. Like I have to see. That's all. I'm not
Okay,
disagreeing. I
I
just have
do
to.
get what you're saying that like sometimes in the 1v1 a lot go into it, but I think Tomura's personality works well with his quirk and that like this nigga really don't get no fuck. He don't like what you hit me, city gone. It's
I
crazy.
feel you.
But yeah,
We just gotta wait and see.
I guess.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm just waiting and seeing because I'm gonna see. That's it. I don't feel like we have enough info on the heroes for me to defend yet, but I he's strong. I'm not gonna deny Tomura is strong. I just don't think we have a good gradient of heroes right now to go. This is exactly where he fits. I think we just go. All right. Well, maybe he's here.
Okay.
So based off of
we
what I'm
ready to
hearing,
read this chapter?
Tomorrow's. Oh yeah, fuck it. Let's read it because we big on a bit of a argument back and forth.
I'm getting this a decent trash minus. I don't think it was that great of a chapter. Nothing really happened. It was a lot of reading and it wasn't funny. So yeah, and then Todoroki got nerfed, so that was also disappointing.
Yeah, I agree. That was a pretty decent trash chapter. I don't even know why the hell they showed that. That could have been like some type of like bonus episode or whatever for people that felt like reading some random bullshit. Um, that was a waste of time.
I'm gonna give it a decent minus because I actually disagree a little bit. I thought this chapter was a little funny. Like when Deku like was about to bust out, at least what I thought, like the black whip and actually do something, and like that little bloop, I was like, what?
And he was mad proud about that, right? Like
Yeah, he was.
He really
He
was.
should have been though.
The man had the electricity flowing around him and everything.
Right? Like I was about to go like Super Saiyan 2 and it was like bloop. And like the whole
But if you
squad was
think about it
what's that?
from the perspective of the story, though, he definitely just used two quirks. Like that's monumental. Even though it didn't do anything, that's monumental in the world of like Boku no Hero. This man used
Bro,
two
I thought that
quirks.
was low-key kind of funny. And then obviously we got the hype for the notebook of all the quirks. I mean, that's huge. Like right now, we can literally at least get maybe a little hint as to what all the quirks Deku's gonna eventually get. I mean, that's a big deal, at least in my head. And then also restarting the internships, I got like a little hype for that because it's like, oh snap, it really is about to get real now again. So that was like the hype that put me from the decent trash to decent. But overall, it was still like a filler chapter, so you got to give it that minus. But I'll give it a decent minus. I kind of like it.
I'll wait
right.
before the next person rate it. Just toss this out there as a discussion topic for the next podcast. We probably should talk about this power tier more in depth.
okay. My rating, I'll give it a solid decent. I could see where y'all would be like, fuck this thing, but at the same time, shonen is not my favorite type of anime, and like the shit that they're doing in this chapter is very anti-shonen. Like, I feel like this nigga is refusing to forget the lore of his world, and that's like, hey, heroes are also media stars, so like some of this shit matter, even though it's like seem lame as fuck. And this shit going on in the background is very One Piece-esque with like the world moving without the main characters. And then I also appreciate that my nigga Mineta pointed out that hey, the two baddest bitches in the world is in our class and nobody else tripping. Like that's not realistic. Hella niggas would be on that, but just saying, decent.
Of course, he would have
So it
pointed
was
out
really
something
for
with Magneto.
Mineta.
Yes, it
Yeah,
was.
it was really
Yeah.
for Mineta. That's
Cause
why
my
he
nigga wasn't
he
just
could
being
let
a
this drop
pervert
below
in this one. It was real life, bro.
He like, oh shit,
Wow.
Manita just breathed.
Yep.
Lit.
Decent, decent plus.
Mineta definitely saved that.
Wow.
Deuce.
Give me 5 seconds. Hold on.
Is you reading the chapter right now?
Yes, sir.
Oh man.
I forgot about Boku no Hero for some reason. I'm gonna give it a decent. It was filler, but I don't think it was that bad. It was just filler. It's just what I expected. That's why I even didn't rush to read it, because I expected it was gonna be something like that didn't really matter to the story. So yeah, I'm gonna go decent. Shit.
All right.